Hey Scruffy, how you doing? Ready for dinner? Yeah, that's a solid meow. Wow, four. 4 meows in a row, is it? Yeah, so I got your meaty pate with real chicken and tuna, and has the kibble and full dosage of the earth. So I'm going to continue your worm treatment. So yeah, so I think you've been doing okay with treatment, so I don't think I'm worried about side effects at this point. Okay, so I guess you're ready for food. So I'm going to bring it out now, okay? Okay, so here I come. Yeah. Okay, so coming through the door. Put it on the table. Get the water. Close the door. And I'm going to walk past you and change your water. Okay. So get you another water. Okay. Get the glove and I'll sit in the chair. Whoops. Sorry, it's just me bumping the chair. Didn't mean to scare you. Sorry. Wow. Making me reach. I'm really far away. Okay, now you're really close. Oh, you're really jumpy. Figure you trust me by now. So yeah, we're, I think, past 8.5 months. And we're getting close to 9 months now. So I had a kind of a weird day, or unusual day, or atypical day maybe. Wow, that's an aggressive bite. So as I mentioned, yeah, I've been struggling with stress and depression. A lot of things have been just not going my way. So I think, yeah, I'm starting to feel its effects today. So did not sleep well at all last night. Woke up really early this morning. So I haven't been getting good sleep, and mentioned, yeah, seem to be losing more weight than I anticipated. I think it's probably because, yeah, I'm so stressed out. I'm not eating that much. Wow, that was a kind of weird reaction. So being so stressed out. Also, yeah, I'm still dealing with the fallout from my freezer dying, and ran out of frozen vegetables, which are a staple of my diet right now. And oh yeah, the fresh broccoli that I had frozen myself, I tried using last night, and boy, that did not go well. The broccoli stunk when I heated it in the microwave in my soup. Smelled awful. Made the whole kitchen smell terrible, so I threw it all out. It was awful. So being so stressed out today, and out of frozen vegetables, and I'm like, I probably can go another half week without fresh vegetables, but because I still have a little bit left, but figured I'd try to take my mind off things and just take an unexpected shopping trip today, just to get the groceries I need, plus try to de-stress or at least get my mind off of the things bothering me. So I don't know if it really helped, but I did get more food, so that's good. So when I came back, my neighbor was coming back from his walk, so I stopped to chat with him for a little bit, and I noticed that Scruffy, or I think it was Scruffy, oh, that was a hiss. Okay. It was out in the front, and he was, I think, spying on me and my neighbor talking. So he was hiding in my front garden. So there were bushes and stuff obstructing the view. So he was kind of in the shadows, and I saw a cat, and it seemed to be kind of scruffy looking and have kind of the dark gray coloration, brown coloration that Scruffy has. It's possible it could have been another cat, but I don't know of any other cats that look like Scruffy in this area. And it was probably Scruffy. I know he hangs out there sometimes. So, but I was surprised because I saw him early this morning sleeping on the chair. So I thought he'd just stay in the backyard all afternoon. So the weather cooled down quite a bit today. Yeah, it's actually a really nice day. So I thought, yeah, you just chill in the backyard like he often does. Maybe sunbathe in the backyard. So I was surprised he came out in the front. And then later, it's probably like an hour later, I checked out the kitchen window again, and he was sleeping on the chair. So I thought it was kind of funny that he was on the chair, left, saw him in the front, and then he came back to the chair to sleep. So it could be another cat. That was one of the things I was thinking, maybe it was another cat, but I don't think so. And yeah, the cat had kind of the terrified look that Scruffy always has. So let's see, I went for my interval run today after, I did it late this afternoon. Actually saw another neighbor, hadn't seen in a while, so I talked with her for a while. And then when I got to the park to start my run, my iPod ran out of battery. So I guess, yeah, I forgot to recharge it. So I've been having problems with the iPod recently, so the display is not working correctly. So it's weird. It's hard to describe, but I think the backlight works, but the actual display part of it is not turning on or projecting or something. So I can see the light from the backlight, and I can see something very faint from the display, but it's almost like it's not turning on the active pixels or something like that. So it's just almost completely unreadable. It's just completely washed out. It's just basically looking at white with almost like a faded image of the menu. And I noticed that it sometimes corrects itself if I leave the iPod just idle and it goes to sleep. And then when I first turn it on, it's like back to normal, but then soon enough it will go back to that broken state. And if I charge it, it just turns on the screen and it goes into that broken state. So that was actually why I think I forgot to charge it last time, because I was trying to get it to do its thing where it corrects itself. And anyway, so when I get to the park, basically I can't use my iPod, so I can't use my iPod to listen to music when I'm running. So it's kind of a symbolic of, just all the tiny little crappy things that seem to keep happening to me this week. I'm just kind of piling on. That one's not a big deal, but it's just kind of representative of just things in general, I think. So, and then I think I'm gonna have to get another iPod, because this is not being able to use the screen is kind of a problem. I don't really want to buy another iPod right now. So I like these old iPods in particular, so I'd have to find a good one that's been used, or a good used one. And the one I bought was used, and unfortunately it doesn't appear to be a very good used one. So fortunately, it's kind of draw the luck on eBay. Look at the draw. Okay, that was a nice neck. Okay. Let's do one more pet, and let's get you your food, okay? Here comes the food. Okay, I'm gonna grab the brush. Oops. So it's a little frustrating because even old, obsolete iPods are still relatively pricey. I'm surprised at how well they've retained their value. I thought they'd be dirt cheap. That was one of the reasons I was interested in getting them. I think they're actually really good devices. That's the other reason I want to get one, or that's why I got one. Because basically I just want a music player. I don't need any other stuff. And I like the Nano because it's very small and very light, and it doesn't have a you don't have to worry about a touch screen breaking when you're cracking or scratching. This is equipment that you can be pretty rough with and not worry about it. Okay, I think I'm done brushing. Okay. So I'm going to try to hold out a little longer, see if I can tolerate the screwed up iPod. It actually has other problems too, I think I mentioned before, the click wheel doesn't respond to clicks a lot of times now. And so I'm fiddling with it, trying to get it working again. There's a trick where if you pour rubbing alcohol on the click wheel and let it soak in through the cracks, sometimes it improves the situation. Sometimes, some people actually say it fixes the situation. In my case, it's not fixed the situation. It actually made it worse for a while, and then I tried it a couple more times, and I've gotten in a state where it's better than it's been, but it's still not great. It's still got to really kind of fiddle with it to get the clip to work, but I can at least get it to work kind of now after enough attempts, whereas before it just wouldn't work at all. So if stock trading hadn't been going so badly, I wouldn't fret over getting a new one, but it's been going badly, so I don't feel like I'm entitled to spend much right now. Spend anything for that matter. So, yeah, I talked to the neighbor about the cats, and she said she hasn't seen the white cats in a while. And yeah, kind of thinking about it, I don't think I've seen them in a while either. I mentioned that, yeah, I think Boots has been beating up Scruffy here. So I mentioned all the torn fur. And see, I talked to both my neighbors about the dying trees that I have. Unfortunately, yeah, they don't seem to really know how to fix it either. So I'm actually looking at the Japanese maple over there and back, and it's some of the leaves are starting. They look a little brown, not completely brown, but a little brown. Has me worried. So I think, yeah, they're more brown than they've been. So that tree in particular, I think, has particular sentimental value stories behind it. So that one I'd really like to save if I can. So yeah, I watered it and put a fertilizer stake in the ground, pruned it. Now I have to prune it some more. Give it a little more water first. See how it goes. I don't know, maybe it's the heat wave that we had. So I mentioned I don't think Scruffy's catching the bulls. So I don't know if the bulls are getting that tree. So I'm just trying to clear out my freezer some more so I can make room for the new frozen vegetables. Because I was starting to make progress since I was eating a lot of vegetables, but now I've kind of repacked it. So I found some old frozen meats cooked. I think my dad had put in there. So I tried thawing out. So one was a couple slices of ham. I think it was from a really nice ham that we got. But yeah, I think it's been in there too long. Kind of, yeah, had a pale color to it and didn't look too appetizing. So I think I get to throw that out. There's some frozen fish sticks in there, which is something I probably shouldn't eat on my diet. So I think they're still good. The date on them is still good. I'm not sure what I should do. Should I throw them out, or should I eat them on a cheat day, or save them for that hypothetical time when I can actually get off the diet and eat slightly more reasonable quantities of food. So maybe a fish stick with dinner once in a while might be okay. I don't know. But yeah, I'd really like the room in the freezer. So yeah, I had to remove the ice maker to make space for all the food. So I've been kind of suffering because I actually like to use a lot of ice. So the refrigerator we used to have, I actually liked it because it had a water dispenser that had really cold water. It went out a little over a year ago, and we had to replace it completely. It was too old to try to fix. Unfortunately, the new one doesn't have nearly as cold water, so I use a lot more ice cubes. But yeah, without the ice maker and the space, yeah, it's a lot harder. So I've gone back to making ice cubes the old-fashioned way, but since there's so little space, not to be, I can only make a few ice cubes at a time, and I have to be very careful about tipping it because there's like no real flat surfaces anymore because I'm stacking food on food. I actually got a OXO, I think, ice cube tray, and they have a really clever gimmick or idea where there's a silicone cover that fits snugly on top of the ice cube tray. So if you tip it, the water doesn't spill up to like something like 30 degrees or something like that. So just kind of a happenstance that I bought that a while back, and so I bought it mostly because I wanted to freeze other things besides ice cubes. So I was like freezing like heavy cream and half, and other liquids that I could use for like cooking or something like that perish quickly in the refrigerator, but you can actually freeze and store for a while. But yeah, I had kind of the same problem where it didn't really have any flat surfaces, and since this isn't something you put in the automatic ice maker, you need a separate tray. And so I bought the OXO thing to deal with that problem. And yeah, so it's come in handy, but yeah, just I don't have enough space to make a lot of ice. So he backed up when he saw me pinch zoom. Okay, I guess that's it for Scruffy. So I think I'm going to dump the water on the dying tree and see if that helps. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.